Ellora Caves. Ellora Caves are another important site of cave architecture. It is located nearly 100 kilometers away from Ajanta Caves. It is a group of 34 caves, 17 Brahmanical, 12 Buddhist, and 5 Jains. These set of caves were developed during the period between 5th century and 11th centuries AD, newer as compared to the Ajanta caves by various glides from Vidarbha, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. Hence, the caves reflect a natural diversity in terms of theme and architectural styles. Cave 1 to 12 for Buddhists, Cave 13 to 29 for Hindus, Cave 30 to 34 Jain Digambara sect. The Hindu and Buddhist caves were predominantly constructed by the Rashtrakuta dynasty and Jain caves by the Yadava dynasty. Some of the prominent caves in Ellora are the following. Cave 10 is a Buddhist Chaitya, known cave as a Vishwakarma cave or Carpenter's cave. Buddha is seated in Dharmachakra Mudra, here with the Bodhi tree carved at his back. Cave 12, also known as Teen Tal, is the largest monastic cave in Ellora. It is a 3-storied Buddhist cave. One of the panels here depicts a row of 7 Manushi Buddhas. The second panel shows 7 Dhyani Buddhas. The 14th cave is themed Ravan Ki Khai. The cave 15 is the Dashavatara temple. Cave 16 is Kailasha temple dedicated to Lord Shiva. It was developed under the patronage of Rashtrakuta king Krishna I and was carved out of monolith and even has a courtyard. In cave 16 there is also a sculpture on the wall of Kailasha temple depict Ravana shaking Mount Kailasha. It is considered one of the masterpieces of Indian sculpture. Dhumar Lena cave 29, Rameshwar Lena cave 21. Two famous Jain caves are Indra Sabha, Dhumar Lena cave, Rameshwar Lena cave. Two famous Jain caves are Indra Sabha cave 32 and Jagannath Sabha cave 33. Atrik Tanga Bhairava. It is a skeleton form of representation of Lord Shiva repeatedly found in the Ellora caves. Bagh caves, located on the bank of Bhagini river in Dhar district of Madhya Pradesh. It is a group of 9 Buddhist caves developed around the 5th century AD. It is architecturally very similar to the Ajanta caves. The most significant cave here is a Rang Mahal. Mural paintings in the Bagh cave are more materialistic rather than spiritualistic. Junagadh caves. These are Buddhist caves located in Junagadh district of Gujarat. In place of caves, 3 different sites can be found: Khapra, Kodia, Baba Pyare, and Uparkot. A unique feature of Junagadh caves in the presence of 30 to 50 feet high citadel known as Uparkot in front of prayer hall. Mandapeshwar caves, located in Borivali near Mumbai and also known as Montpelier caves. It was developed in the late Gupta period as Brahmanical cave. However, it was later converted into a Christian cave. The remains of site including sculptures of Nataraja, Sadashiv and Ardhanarishwar. The church and its graveyard are situated above the cave precincts. Udaygiri caves, not to be confused with Udyagiri Khandagiri cave in Odisha. It is located in Vidisha, Madhya Pradesh, created in early 5th century AD under the patronage of Chandragupta II. It is famous for having numerous sculptures on the hill walls. The sculpture of Varaha or the boar incarnation of Vishnu is notable. The caves have one of the earliest Hindu sculptures. It is also have caves dedicated to Shiva, Narasimha, half lion, half man, Narayana, resting Vishnu, and Skand. Vara Avatar. Some other rock cut caves, Elephanta caves. 2nd century BC Maharashtra collection of cave temples predominantly dedicated to Shiva, Sadashiva, Trimurti sculpture. UNESCO World Heritage Site. Bhaja Cave, 2nd century BC Maharashtra stone carving of women playing tabla. And Karla Cave, 2nd century BC, 5th century AD. Maharashtra Grand Chaitya Hall, Mahasamghika sect Buddhism. Betse Cave, 1st century BC, Maharashtra Buddhist tradition. Two main caves, Chaitya and Vihara. Jogeshwari Cave, 520 to 550 AD, Maharashtra Mahayana Buddhist architecture. Idols of Dattre, Hanuman, Ganesh on the walls. Kanhari Cave, 1st to 10th century AD, Maharashtra Buddhist sculpture in the forest of the Sanjay Gandhi National Park. Walls were carved with the relief of Buddha and Bodhisattvas. Varaha Cave Temple, late Chintanaval Vassal Caves, 2nd century BC, 900 AD, Tamil Nadu. Excellent cave painting mainly related to Jainism. Chittanavassal Cave, Ahihole, 6th to 12th century AD, Karnataka. Hindu Jain Buddhist temple, UNESCO World Heritage Site. Ravana Pahadi is one of the oldest rock cut cave temples in Ahihole. Badami Cave Temple, 6th to 8th century AD, Karnataka. Malaprabha River Valley. Hindu and Jain caves temples. Rock cut architecture of Chalukya Kingdom, UNESCO World Heritage Site. Bhimbetka rock cut shelter, more than 15,000 years old. Madhya Pradesh, 750 rock shelters 550 million years ago. Diki Sonia fossils, UNESCO World Heritage Site. The earliest traces of human life in India, evidence of the Stone Age. Sonbhadra Cave, 3rd or 4th century. Sonbhadra Cave, 3rd or 4th century BC, Bihar, belonged to Jains. Barabar Caves, 322 BC 1 to 185 BC, Bihar, oldest surviving rock cut cave in India. Ashokan inscriptions used by ascetics of Ajivika sect and founded by Makhali Gosala. Barabara Hills embrace the cluster of 4 caves together called Barabara Caves. These 4 caves are Lumas Rishi Caves, Sudama Caves, Vishwakarma Caves, Karan Chaupar Caves. This cluster of Barabara lies around 40 km from Bodh Gaya in Bihar. And Bodh Gaya is the place where the Buddha got enlightenment. Stupas. The Gupta age saw a decline in the development of stupas. However, Dhamik Stupa at Sarnath near Varanasi. Is a fine example of stupa developed during this period. It is marked as a spot where Buddha gave his first sermon. Sculptures. During the Gupta period, a new school of sculpture developed around Sarnath. It was characterized by the use of cream-colored sandstone and use of metal. The sculptures of this school were immaculately dressed and lacked any form of nakedness. The halo around the head of Buddha were intricately decorated. Example, Sultanganj Buddha in Bihar is 7.5 feet high. It is a copper sculpture. Temple architecture. Temple architecture, with the development of a square sanctum and pillared portico, emerged during the Gupta period. There was a gradual progression from the flat roof monolithic temples in initial stages to the sculptured shikhara. In the later year, the progression can be distinguished into 5 stages. First stage, the feature of the temple that developed during the phase are: the temples had a flat roof, the temples were square in shape, the portico was developed on shallow pillars, the entire structure was built on low platforms. Example, Temple 17 at Sanchi, MP. Second stage, the temples built during this phase continued most of the feature of earlier phase. However, the platforms was higher or unpraised. Some instances of two-story temples have also been found. Another important addition of this phase was covered ambulatory passageway around the sanctum sanctorum or garbhagriha. The passageway was used as a pradakshina path. Example, Parvati temple at Nachna, Kuthara in Madhya Pradesh. Third stage. The stage saw the emergence of shikharas in place of flat roof. However, they were still quite low and almost square. That is a curvilinear Panchayatana style of temple making was introduced. In the Panchayatana style of temple making, there were 4 subsidiary shrines along with the temple of principal deity. The main temple was a square with elongated mandap in front of it, giving it a rectangular shape. The subsidiary shrines were placed opposite to each other on either side of the mandap, giving the ground plane a crucified shape. Example, Dashavatara temple at Devghar, Uttar Pradesh and Durga temple at Ahiyul, Karnataka. Fourth stage. The temples of this stage were almost similar except the main shrine became more rectangular. Ter temple in Maharashtra. Fifth stage. In this stage, circular temple were shallow. Rectangular projections were introduced. Rest of the feature of previous phase continued. Example, Maniyar Mutt at Rajgir, Bihar. Styles of architecture. Styles of architecture of temple: Nagara style, Dravidian style, Nayaka style, Visara style, Hosala style, Vijayanagara style, Pala and Sena school. The basic form of Hindu temple comprises the following: Sanctum Sanctorum, also known as Garbhagriha, literally womb house, is a small room, generally cubical, which houses the principal deity of the temple. The Mandapa, it is the entrance to the temple. It may be a portico or a hall and is generally designed to house a large number of worshippers. Shikhara, it is a mountain-like spire. The shapes vary from pyramidal to curvilinear. Vahana, it is the mount of vehicle, the main deity, and is placed just before the Sanctum Sanctorum. However, under the patronage of local rulers, different styles of architecture developed in the different regions of India. Nagara, Nagara School of Architecture. From 5th century AD onwards, a distinct style of temple architecture developed in northern part of India, known as Nagara style of architecture. Even in the Nagara school, developed sub-schools emerged in western, central, eastern part of the country. Some of the features of Nagara style are as follows. Some temples generally followed the Panchayatana style of temple making, which consisted of subsidiary shrines laid out in a crucified ground plane with respect to the principal shrine. There was presence of assembly halls or mandaps in front of the principal shrine. Outside the Garbhagriha, images of the river goddess Ganga and Yamuna were placed. Generally, there were no water tanks or reservoir present in the temple premises. The temple were generally built on unpraised platforms. The porticos had pillared approached. Shikharas were generally of three types: Latana or Rekha Prasad. They were square at base and the walls carved inwards to a point on the top. Pamsana. They had broader base and were shorter in height than the Latana ones. They slope upwards on the straight line. Vallabhi. They had a rectangular base with the roof rising into valuted chambers. They were also called wagon valuted roofs. The vertical end of shikhara ended in a horizontal fluted disc known as amalak. On the top of that, a spherical shape was placed known as kalash. Inside the temple, the wall was divided into three vertical planes of rathas. These were known as Triratha temple, later Panchratha, Saptaratha, and even Navratha temples came into existence. The vertical planes were used as different planes to make narrative sculptures. The ambulatory passageway or the Pradakshina path around the Sanctum Sanctorum was covered. Generally, the temple premises did not have elaborate boundaries, walls, or gateways. These are some figures for basic Nagara style architectures, and Triratha, Pancharatha, and Saptaratha walls in the temples. Under the Nagara school, the following three sub-schools emerged. Odisha school. In different parts of the Kalinga empire, the distinct style of temple architecture developed. Some of its features are follows. The exterior walls were lavishly decorated with the intricate carving, but interior walls were plain. There was no use of pillars in the porch. Iron girders were used instead of support the roof. The Shikhara in Odisha school was known as Rekha Dual. They were almost vertical roof which suddenly carved into sharply. The mandap was known as Jagmohan in this region. The ground plan of the main temple was square. Temples were surrounded by the boundary wall as the Dravidian style of temple architecture. Rekha Deul. This is the Rekha Deul part, and this Amalak, Bhumi Amla, Rahapaga, and this is called Jagmohan. There is a Rekha Deul, Kalash, Amlak, Bhumi Amla, Rakhapaga, and Jagmohan. The Sun Temple at Konark, Jagannath Temple at Puri, Linkaraj Temple at Bhuneshwar, Raja Rani Temple at Bhuneshwar, and Mukteshwar Temple at Bhuneshwar. After seeing the Konark Temple, the Rabindranath Tagore once commented, "This is a monument where the language of stone surpasses the language of man." Khajuraho School. In the center part of India, the Chandel rulers developed a distinct style of temple making of their own known as Khajuraho School or Chandela School. The feature of the temples included the following. These temples, both the interior and exterior works, are lavishly decorated with the carving. The sculptures were generally erotic in their themes and drew inspiration from Vatsyayana Kama Sutra. The temples were made of sandstone. The temple had three chambers, Garbhagriha, Mandapa, and Ardha Mandapa. Some temples had vestibular entrance or Garbhagriha known as Antarala. The temples were generally north or east facing. Panchayatana style of temple were making followed the subsidiary shrines at Rekha Prasad Shikharas, creating an impression of a mountain range. The temple were built on the relatively high platform and belonged to Hindu as well as Jain religion. Kandharya Mahadev Temple and Lakshmana Temple at Khajuraho. Khajuraho was the capital of Chandel kings and Bundelkhand from the 10th to 12th century. Its name was given by the historian Abu Rayyan al-Biruni, 11th century, as the city of the gods. Solanki School, also known as a Maru Gujara School. In the northwestern part of India, including Gujarat, Rajasthan, this school developed under the patronage of Solanki rulers. The features of school included the following: the temple walls are devoid of any carving. The Garbhagriha was connected with the mandapa both internally as well as externally. The porticos had decorative arched gateways known as torans, a unique feature of the school in the presence of step tank known as Surya Kund in the proximity of the school. The steps of tank are full of small temples with wooden carving present in them. The Solankis used a variety of material to make temples including sandstone, black basalt and soft marble. Most of the temples are east facing and designed such that every year during the equinoxes the sun rays fall directly into the central shrine. Modera Sun Temple, Gujarat, built in 10 to 27 AD by Bhim first. Temple architecture in South India. Just as Nagara School of Architecture with developed sub-schools emerged in the north part of India, a direct style of temple architecture emerged in peninsular India as well. The temple architecture in South India began under the Pallavas rulers Mahendravarman I, 610 AD to 630 AD. The temples developed during the Pallavas dynasty reflected the stylistic taste of individual rulers and can be classified into four stages chronologically. Mahendra group. This was the first stage of Pallava temple architecture. The temple built under the Mahendravarman first were basically rock cut temples. Under him, the temples were known as mandapas, and like the Nagara style, in which the mandapas meant only the assembly hall.